100 degrees outside, but I'll take this weather any day over winter. At least the road is manageable. So I want to talk to you today about trip planning and how it affects your fears and your anxiety. I've only been driving recently, 8 months in Werner, so I still consider myself a newbie. So I went this morning. My first location was Coca-Cola in Erie Avenue in Philadelphia. My dispatch aptly calls this location the bad Philly. Yeah, because there's 2 Philly destinations and one is good, Cisco. This one is bad Philly. And there are 3 reasons that I can think of as to why this is the bad Philly. The first two reasons are going there, and getting out. Just like any major metropolis, it's not easy for truckers because, there's a lot of non-truck routes, and the streets wherein we are legally allowed to go into are not necessarily the safest ones. Because what if, you're allowed to go in there, but it's too narrow, and if you have to make a right turn or left turn at a corner, and there's a car parked in there in that corner, you might not be able to complete that turn, and it's not safe to back out of it either. So you got to really be careful in choosing your routes. Doesn't mean that you're legally allowed to go there. It doesn't mean it's safe. So those are the first 2. Going in there, leaving, and then the third one is really tricky. Because you have to wait for a door to be assigned to you. And while you're waiting, you have to park outside of the customer. The side streets, and there's only very limited parking space. So now, I've always been really, and it has always filled me with anxiety each time I go to this customer, because what if I get there and then there's no parking space outside to wait while I'm waiting for a door to be assigned to me? Where will I go? I'd just be circling around the block, and then sometimes it takes a very, very long time for you to get a door. Like today, it took me 2 hours. It took them 2 hours to assign me a door. So what if that happens? Where will you park, right? So now you're back to navigating the street, navigating Philly to find a suitable parking space. What I did was I trip planned months ago on where to go. I had 3 options. And I basically committed to memory 5 blocks surrounding the customer. It's right here. 5 blocks surrounding the customer, and I had 3 options. If I can't make it to this turn, I'll turn over there, 3 corners down. If I can't do that, I'll turn right here. If I can do it, the works, right? So I did that. Committed it to memory. And this morning, that was put to the test. Because when I got there, there was no parking space. So I took my first option, and luckily for me, it worked. I found a parking space. And what's amazing was that when I found the parking space, I was like, okay, so this is what I got to do if I get here and there's no parking space. So now, months ago, I already knew how to get there. I already found a legitimate truck route that could fit me, and I already know how to get out through a legitimate truck route that could fit me. Not only legal, but will fit me. Okay, so remember this. Doesn't mean it's legal. It doesn't mean that if it's legal, it's safe. All right. So number 3, today, I already found out where to park, and all of a sudden, it's not bad Philly anymore. All of a sudden, the anxiety went away because of information. And that's what it's going to be like in your journey as a new truck driver. You will have fears, you will have anxiety, but all of that will be dispelled with information. Trip planning. So trip plan, and trip plan some more.